Hey, welcome back to Murderhobos Anonymous. We're playing some 5th edition D&D here at Play More Games in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Thanks for joining us. Before we get started, I just want to go through some credits. Any background effects you might hear from tabletopaudio.com. Battle effects are from battlebards.com, and the music you're currently hearing, just turn it down a little, is the Guild Wars 2 soundtrack, which I use for atmospheric music and battle effects, which you can find on soundcloud.com/arenanet. We are playing 5th edition D&D tonight. We're playing with some house rules and some third-party stuff, although I don't think anyone's using any tonight. And normally we would be playing Tomb of Horrors, but we have some players out, so I'm running a little one-shot. It's a one-page adventure from the one-page dungeon contest. This is Escape the Oubliette. Escape the Oubliette, which you can find on monkeyblooddesign.co.uk. They have a whole bunch of one-page dungeons. Pretty cool. So, the three of you, Sponge, Merrick, and Kaching, quite a merry band you are. You are a band of adventurers trying to make it big. You're only level 4, you know, no one knows you. And you heard that there was this patron of adventurers in Waterdeep. Although the rumors said that he would put the adventurers through some sort of test to prove their worth to him, and that apparently not too many people come back from this test. But the benefits of having this guy as your patron is, you know, super handy to have an income as an adventurer that doesn't just come from the dungeons that you explore. So you were invited to his villa in Waterdeep. You'd never met him. You were told that you would meet him after the test if you survived. And there was a great feast with lots of food and drink, and you ate your fill, and then eventually all fell asleep. And now you have awoken. Everyone make a Constitution saving throw. 20? 13. So, Kaching, you're the first to wake up. Do you have dark vision? I don't think Kenkus have dark vision. No. So, you wake up, and it is dark and scary, and let me see if that's the right one.
There's this weird bear critter like snoring real loud.
Yeah, you can hear snoring of your other two companions. You're familiar with their sounds, considering that you can mimic them perfectly.
It's just the bear.
I can't see it.
It's dark and damp.
I'm gonna peck them awake.
It's cold, dank, putrid, and deathly quiet.
Oh yeah. I do that. I can't really imitate that sound very well.
Also, you're quiet. So you make your rooster sound perfectly. It sounds amazing.
Yay!
And the other two eventually stir awake. And you find yourself, it's very dark, very cold and dank. Either of you have dark vision? Oh. You have dark vision.
I want to make the sound of a fire.
I cast light on my shield.
So, funny thing about that, Merrick, you're the only one, or at least the first one to notice, everyone's naked. And you don't have any of your equipment.
Not even Horus?
Nope.
So you're not casting light on nothing?
So, yeah, that means that if it has a material component, then you cannot cast it right now unless you are creative and find a way to cast it. I don't think light has a material component. Verbal and somatic is fine, so you can cast it on something. Merrick, with your dark vision, you can see it's a fairly small chamber, and there are rocks and stones and bones and cadavers in this room with you.
We're all gonna die. Do I see a way out? Or any clothes of any sort?
You don't see anything. All of the other cadavers are all naked as well.
Wear a skin suit.
You just go around naked. What's wrong with it?
I cast light.
Naked fighting's awkward.
Suddenly, a burst of light,
Oh, you can use one of the
blinding
bows.
all three of you from your eyes are just starting to get used to the darkness. And you find yourself in a small cavern. The ceiling is about 2.5 feet tall, so you can barely crawl. Especially the Furbolg in the group. Although I believe Furbolgs can disguise self and reduce their height down to like a half-orc size. And you can see that there is a tunnel leading off. It is it leads straight up off in that corner.
I guess we go towards it.
All right. So it's about 3 feet in diameter, and it currently goes straight up out of the chamber. You'll have to crawl in all fours in order to continue.
You can see, we can't.
I guess.
Well, you got your. What did you cast light on?
A bone?
Yeah, sure.
A pinky?
No, just like
A
somebody's
bone,
red.
of course. A bone.
All right.
Took a nice little feel bone.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's sturdy, it's gonna be hard to
It's
break.
nice and small. It looks like maybe a halfling. All right. It goes up and then across,
You know I should have stayed a sorcerer.
and then back down again, which is very difficult to continue.
I should have cast it on my chest there.
I don't think that counts as an item.
Actually, I need to make everyone to make a athletics check.
Nope.
20. 1. Just 1. No modifiers.
It was 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't. It's not a critical fail unless it's an attack. 18. All right. Luckily, Merrick was at the front of the group, so he didn't fall on anyone. You kind of took that downward section a little hard, fell on your face, took 2 bludgeoning damage. The other 2 of you are able to work your way down. It's very slippery, and they're not very good handling. And it continues up a tunnel, and you can see an iron grate
Sounds great.
at the top of this tunnel.
Can you push up
If
through
you if you go up to the top corner there of the screen, you can zoom in. Yeah, that's a little nicer. Make that bigger for our viewers. Also, I'm using the advanced fog of war because it's not a very big map.
Pretty grateful for this.
What?
So I'm pretty grateful for this.
Yep, you can see in the room beyond that there is the flickering of a torch.
I don't need your light anymore.
I turned light off.
Okay, so it is still dark in the tunnel that you're in. But you're looking up about maybe 8 feet up a 3-foot tunnel to a iron grate.
Can we get to the grate?
Yeah, you can climb up. Roll an athletics.
Are you ready to catch me?
We can push him.
That's the problem with the catching.
You can both catch me. You're tall. That's a tiny bird. Said athletics?
Yep.
11.
Yeah, you're trying to climb up. It's kind of tough, and I think if I had to guess the order, it was Merrick, Kaching, and then Sponge. And there's not enough room in the tunnel for you to swap places. So you'd have to go back around to the main chamber.
What if I stand on Kaching and then Kaching stands on Sponge?
Sponge. Yeah, sure. Everyone roll an acrobatics check.
I can do that one. Okay, you're good. Got an 18.
All right.
14.
14?
11.
11. Well, with the group check, you're able to make your way up to the height of the iron grate. And it is, in fact, locked. And the padlock is on the other side.
You don't have your tools.
Do I see anything on the other side that could unlock it?
You don't. You can see a burning torch on the far wall. It's a 15 by 15 foot room.
I'm gonna make the sound of like breaking bones and like look like it's unlocked.
Would I be able to try that?
Try to use bones as lockpicks. You'll have to go back to where there are bones.
Well, he had a bone
You
that
did.
I cast light on.
He undid the light.
You did, but you'd have to furnish them. And you don't have any rocks on you.
Does this path continue or no?
Carpet on the wall.
It's just dead end, like right above us.
You can't see anything from where you are. All you can really see is up into the room, and Merrick is at a vantage point where you can see there is a passageway leading off in one direction from this room. It's right. It's right here. Do you have to go back?
Yeah.
All right.
Go back and try.
Everyone roll in athletics.
Yeah, I got it this time.
11.
18.
Okay. As a group check, you're able to make it back. It does take some time. It's very hard to tell any sense of time in this area, but it takes some time. You can make your way back. You can find some rocks and stones and the bones and start fashioning some sort of bone needles. Do either of you help with this process? Okay, with the three of you, you're able to especially with the beak, you're able to clip the bones very precisely.
Very good at it.
Make your way back up, up, over, down, across, up again to the grate, and go ahead and make a. How are you going to pick the lock? It's on the other side.
Mage hand.
Well, there you go. It's a good thing you're an arcade trickster. So you can make a thieves' tool check with disadvantage because of the makeshift tools.
People make good tools.
Each attempt is about 10 or 15
I'm
minutes.
pretty sure I can still guide us with yeah, verbal sympathetic.
So it's Dex plus proficiency. So it's at least 16, 18.
What's your D4?
It's kind of tough.
So use your D4 because you're a guide.
20.
That is enough. You're able to click the lock open. A solitary burning torch burns in this room. You can see some rooms beyond.
I decast light and grab the torch.
Okay. It sputters as you grab it, shedding a dim light.
Made it sad. I liked where it was.
So,
Do we see like anything in the room, or is it just the torch and the?
Just a 15 by 15 foot room. Yep.
It's so terrible in front of us that so many people chose to die in room 1.
They might not have had thieves' tools.
They didn't have bones
True.
to make into thieves' tools.
Yeah, the first person that went down there did not have bones to make these tools.
So you continue forward.
Yeah.
What's your marching order like?
I can be, I guess, trying to look for traps, but yours is probably better than mine. Perception.
I can be for it.
So do you know the proper way to hold a torch if you're actually trying to use it in a light situation, a dark situation? It's not like the movies would depict, which is to hold it in front of your face. The only reason that you would do that is if you had a camera pointing at you and you needed to illuminate your face. The proper technique is actually to hold it high above your head, behind you, and look forward. That way it's completely out of your sight, and your dark vision, your natural dark vision can acclimate with the light.
So my mage hand's gonna hold it.
Okay, so kind of above everyone so that it's out of your eye line.
Yes.
All right, cool. So you walk into the next room.
Paranoid.
Very.
Very
Get
paranoid.
rid of that line because it's not necessary anymore. And you see two columns. They're labeled as caryatid columns, which is from a previous edition, and they're columns of female figures. And they both animate when you walk in the room.
Oh, shit. Hi, how's it going? I'm Sponge. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
They don't look very happy to meet us.
Oh, shit.
No, as far as I could tell, they're basically gargoyles. As far as what they are in 5th edition. So you can roll for initiative. I think.
Shadow would be
I
amazing.
think that would be
your whore mouth.
appropriate.
Oh, I got cleric initiative.
Damn. Do you have paladin initiative?
What does that mean?
Did you roll poorly?
Oh, no, I did fine. Which isn't great because I don't have weapons. I don't actually really know the spells.
There's really not much you can cast offensively.
Sponge. A 1, an actual 1. Nothing higher than a 1. Merrick.
22.
22. Wow. Going first. Ka-ching.
18.
18.
I'm a cleric.
So we're sort of theater of the mind. They're on either side of you as you walk in the room. You're all sort of in the middle. And Merrick, what would you like to do as these two caryatid figures animate? Look like they're advancing on the party and look like they want to bash your face in.
I hope those thieves still with bugs and snapping me substitute as daggers.
I feel like they would break. What if we just keep going? Run through the room. You're gonna get attacked.
What if that happens?
What?
I mean, they're gargoyles. They probably have
They seem to animate just as you stepped into the room.
Maybe they'll not animate when we leave the room.
to leave the room.
I'm gonna go across to the next room very quickly.
You run into the next one. It's a very long chamber, about 75 by 30 feet. There is a large pool of dark water.
I don't like it. I'm gonna stand away from friends.
Okay. Ka-ching.
Okay, they'll try to follow me. Goodbye. Goodbye.
That's a paladin thing to do. That's totally a paladin thing to do.
Okay.
I don't have any weapons. I don't
Totally
even
a
want
paladin thing to do.
The gargoyle.
Engage in charge. You can heal. You can heal because there's a paladin who can touch you.
Yeah, I can.
He is going to run up to you, Sponge. You are very aptly named in this particular instance.
Yeah, is your AC like 9 right now?
Pretty much. That is tough.
So he rolled a 7.
Oh,
Misses.
damn.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Wake up.
It's a 3 on the die. And then he's going to... That was a bite. The attractive woman statue tried to bite you, and then she's going to claw at you with her claws.
There are attractive women claws.
And I rolled double
They grow
4s.
nails?
How's an 8? Wow. Well, the good news is, or the bad news is, I have another chance.
Because you couldn't roll above a 4.
That's a 21 to hit. There we go.
Are you sure?
Yep. For 8 piercing,
Damn.
max damage. Seems a little more effective. That's a crit.
I'm gonna leave your ass behind.
For 14. How are you looking?
Are you still alive?
Sponge.
Disengage and run.
Disengage and run.
Okay. We're all now in the long room.
Are they following us?
They look like they're following you.
Son of a bitch. Okay. How close are they to one another?
They're probably about 10 feet across, considering they were both on sponge earlier.
Okay. I'm gonna run back into the room between them
Okay.
and cast Thunderclap.
Okay, between the two of them.
Yeah. They make a con save, and if they fail, they take 1d6.
All right. What's your DC?
I don't know.
They rolled a 21 and an 18.
Well, they pass, so bonus action, disengage, run.
Okay, you go back into the long room with the party. Ka-ching!
How hard are you?
13 out of 35.
It's damage.
You have 15 points of lay on hand, or 20 points of lay on hand.
Yeah. How about 10 health?
Yeah, just give him 10.
I think it's reasonable.
Yes. Oh, I can heal you for 4, but I'm gonna save those for myself.
Then I'm gonna get it a little further away.
Okay. You're gonna move a little farther away.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't go too far.
Too far.
The gargoyles enter the room. And I guess they move together. So one will attack Merrick and one will attack Sponge. 7 against Merrick.
Miss.
9 against Merrick.
Miss.
Okay, then against Sponge.
Because what? Unarmored 10 plus dex?
Yes.
Okay.
So 21, which would hit you even if you had armor, probably, for 7. Sponge.
I'm gonna dash, or disengage, and 30 down.
Move down the column. Okay. All right, Merrick.
I'm gonna try to thunderclap again.
All right, yeah, they're both next to you, and both your companions have sprinted away.
Yes. So con save.
All right. 11.
Yes, one fails.
That was a fail, and 14. I think that just succeeds.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so one will take the damage.
2.
Woo!
Like a finger cracked. And then I'm gonna bonus disengage and run to
Okay,
Sponge.
so you're with the party. Ka-ching.
Still can't do anything. You said we don't have anything material, right? Okay.
Well, it depends on what the material component is. Maybe you can fashion a component. What are you trying to cast?
Well, I could do Bane, or I could do Bless, I guess. I could do Bane or Bless, but they both say material and it doesn't say what.
Let's see.
If you click the little bag icon.
Yeah.
Bad. Holy water. Bless.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult.
I mean, can't you just, like, dogma it? Go with some
Or drop
order?
of blood. I have blood. Okay.
You definitely have purple blood.
Huh?
You definitely have purple blood.
Yeah. I can.
Do you have Sacred Flame?
No. Not cleric.
No. I'm.
I know.
Oh, you're Paladin.
Yeah.
You can bane them with purple blood.
I mean, you have some rocks and bones. You want to use a bone as like a club?
That's also possible.
You could
Did we
smite
just
through
collect?
that.
Did we just collect all the bones?
I don't know. Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't under that assumption.
We're gonna have to go back and like make bone armor. And...
Apparently, like the first people who came through this had no chance because they had no bones.
Use a rib cage as a shield. Use a pelvis as a shield.
You can put the rib cage over your own. Or
That's
so
what I'm
just find a
saying.
big one.
Yeah, scale mount or
Bone armor.
skelly mount.
I feel like it would count as a scale.
Okay, in that case, that I have a bone
Studded
club.
You have your bone club. It is a club. Counts as a club, and you can smite through that.
Alright, so I don't know a lot of paladins. What smiting exactly?
You can expend a spell slot to do, was it 1d8 damage per spell level?
Okay.
So roll to attack normally with your club.
Okay. Yeah. Is it? What do I add to it?
It's a normal weapon. So
Normal weapon, so
Yeah.
Okay.
normal modifiers.
So which strike?
So that's super 11.
No, it just misses.
Now, like, next
Little Mermaids.
Actually, we'll say hits. I may be modifying their stats slightly. I don't know how. I don't know what a caryatid column is in any older edition. So
Okay.
so that hits.
What's the damage die from the first one?
Club is D4.
D4, yeah. And then you can smite, so you can add if you expend a spell slot.
I'll do that.
So add a D8 to the damage.
Yeah! 10 total.
Well, I think a smite, if you smite, it's 2d8.
Is it 2d8 base?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 1d8 plus spell level. So first
Oh,
level.
yeah, fair enough.
Okay. So that's 15?
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like it's starting to fall apart, crumbling.
Kill it!
All right, kill it, kill it. Let's see, I think it's just Ka-ching next to the gargoyles right now.
Yep.
Let's see. Natural 1. That was good.
Seems like it hits.
And a 6. Yeah. All right, Sponge.
Sacred Flame.
I'm gonna go with the non-hurt one, and I'm gonna
Okay.
touch him.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna inflict some damn wounds.
you're gonna inflict some wounds. Wow.
Do you like this, Olive?
It's cheat dice. Cheated.
Did you crit?
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely
It's a
done.
statue. It can't have wounds.
Shadow Council, may our labors please you if we were the C team, and then you would win things in the chat. But we're not, so sorry. It's a lot of D10s. You chose correctly when you decided to attack the non-hurt one, because it's dead.
Or 34
Yay.
plus 40.
Dynamic lighting is blocking. There you go.
40
Dies.
damage.
That's the sound that the king makes to imitate its style.
Perfectly.
Exactly.
It's like it's right out of the movie.
Almost like it's a recording or something. Yes.
Merrick.
Kill it! Kill it!
Runs up to it and thunderclaps. On
Okay.
a way that doesn't hit friends.
You're a rogue. You have sneak attack.
That's a 5-foot diameter.
I could.
You have a
Is that 5-foot diameter or 10-foot diameter?
It's. I forgot. I just read it. Doug keeps yelling at me to stab it. It is 5 feet.
Okay, so you can just stand on the other side from Sponge.
Yeah.
And also Ka-ching. Sure. So that's a con save.
If I don't kill him, Ka-ching will. It's fine.
And he rolled a 7 and a crit, but he rolled a 7 first.
It has 3 damage.
Is how many hit points it had left?
Yes!
Well done. Managed to defeat the caryatid columns.
The king starts singing "We Are the Champions."
Ka-ching goes. So you're in this long chamber, containing a large pool of dark water.
So what kind of bone weapons do we have?
I got a
You got clubs. You want to start
Sure.
fashioning some weapons out of these things?
Yeah, I'll make a stabby dagger, I guess. Try to.
Sure.
I'll make a mace.
Try
a
to
femur.
wedge a rock onto a bone, a femur, and then you can. All right.
I don't know how that would work.
That, or just get some spikes with bone shards.
Okay.
We tie it on there with intestines.
I'm gonna say we could totally Mad Max this and just put some bone armor on it too. Shoulder, some shoulders on some shoulders, some chest rib cages on your chest.
That seems so unsanitary, though. Granted, we were just sleeping in a room with
Have
all
the
these
paladin
people.
touch them.
Sanitary doesn't really matter when you have magical healing.
I guess.
Just cast purify food and water, and you'll be fine. Oh wait, did I just infer that you should cast purify food on cadavers?
That's a little bit of
You can move the map over if you want to see the rest of the map there.
Yeah, are there any
Things.
exits?
There is a stairway leading up.
Why didn't we just run away?
I don't know, but here's the thing: are we making armor or not? 'Cause I totally want armor. I would totally
You
wear.
didn't run away because the torchlight did not illuminate the entire chamber.
Okay. Still could have run.
I think I have 60 feet of dark vision.
You could probably see.
I just didn't tell anyone. I kept a secret. I was like, haha, sucks for them. I guess we can. If we made bone armor, would it actually increase our AC?
It would take some time.
How long are we supposed to be in here? Like, do we?
You're not entirely sure how long you've been here. Maybe an hour or two, given how many times you had to go back and forth in the tunnel.
You want to fight? I mean, we literally have some broken statues and some bones.
I mean, how are you gonna stay on you? You're gonna have to like go back and
I mean, I
grab.
could just grind one of the stone pieces out with the bone and make a little helmet, and just charge stuff.
That would take some time.
It sounds like a weird amount of
Like,
effort to put into
Probably
your bone armor.
5 or 6 hours max, maybe.
All right, we go to downstairs.
Can we not put that much effort?
It's up to you. This is your dungeon.
I mean,
I'm at least gonna find a nice rib cage that sort of maybe fits.
I forget how long the guy said that we were supposed to take in here.
They didn't.
They didn't. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, we really want.
I mean, you can take a rest if you. It's pretty quiet down here.
No, I don't trust that.
I'm at least okay. Here's what
There's also a dark pool of water.
Yeah. I'm gonna at least
You
take.
can't see the bottom.
Push the foreboding.
I cast lights on like one of the broken pieces of the statue people that we just killed and drop it in.
You drop it in, and it starts to sink down. You can see the bottom is about 20 feet below, and you can see some glinting of gold. You can see some rods, metal rods, what looks to be a shield and a stopper potion. And then the water sort of shifts and vibrates, and the bone gets crushed into powder, and the light goes out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a pelvis from back there, and I'm gonna use it as a makeshift shield, and I'm good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, the water seemed to have attacked your light.
It's aggressive water. We probably shouldn't drink it.
I assume it's not gonna actually act as a shield, but that's what my character's doing.
Well, there is a shield on the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going there.
And a potion.
Kidding you holding this
And some metal rods. They look about 3 feet, 3 feet long. They could probably be a quarterstaff.
What happens if we stab the water?
I don't know.
What happens when you stab the water?
Stab water.
Are my friends next to it?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to stab the water. I miss. Critically miss. I fall in the water.
Roll an acrobatics save, or a dexterity saving throw.
That's much better. 20.
So you frustrated with this, you take a swipe at the water and balance, but Sponge is able to catch you and pull you back.
Your good friend Sponge.
And now I use the shove action.
Oh, that's mean. I was trying to see if we could kill the water and get the shield for you.
I cast
Secret flame.
Sacred Flame on the water.
That's not weird.
I mean, if it's an object, it's gonna do something. If it's not an object,
If it's creature, it'll do
yeah, if it's creature, it'll go off.
He rolled an 18.
Yeah, it's saved, but it's
So the
creature.
water
Oh, God.
parts, and it completely all the way to the bottom, and it hits the bottom,
Oh, hey.
and then it settles back down again.
What if I try to send my mage hound
Mage Hong.
on
Pond.
to get it to get I forget how much they can lift.
Third.
Of course,
You send it into the water, and the water seems to be pushing it about, and it's very hard to control.
but it's gonna keep trying to go.
It can't penetrate very far into the water. Seems like something with a higher strength than a mage hand is keeping it from getting any deeper.
I'll try attacking the
Merrick
water.
says,
'cause
"Please let us fast and give us that shield." Water.
It does not speak common.
Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Oh, you gotta hurt my water friend.
For 5 whole bludgeoning.
So yeah,
Oh, bitch.
roll for initiative, I suppose.
Good job, dude.
I think you were the one who actually hit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he attacked first.
I gave up and I was gonna try to talk to it.
How'd that work for you?
I cast comprehend languages.
Merrick, what'd you roll for initiative?
20.
Ka-ching?
22.
2. Wow. Sponge.
17.
17. All right, Ka-ching. It's your turn.
I'm trying to find spells that I can do.
You can purify.
You
food.
can't really
Yeah,
do
you're a
any
paladin.
spells as a paladin.
Yeah, they don't
I
have.
have one that's protection against evil good, but
That wouldn't help against elementals.
it does say elementals.
Does it? Oh, well,
Yep.
you can cast it. Does it have material components?
It does.
What is the material component?
Holy water or powdered silver iron. I assume. Powdered silver or.
You could pray over the water elemental and then use
Roll,
part of it.
roll a survival check.
See if I can find it. Seven. Wait, no, that's a 9.
10. Okay. I'll make the assumption that the casters have been actively attempting to collect material components for the spells that they have prepared.
Also, of course, I'm collecting.
So you were able to collect some iron oxide off of the iron grate that you came through, and would serve as material components for protection from evil and good,
Ooh, yay!
which are not consumed. So you just keep using them. You had to put them in a pouch though, and we won't go there on how you made pouches.
The bird.
They were skin.
We have a person bag.
Yes.
This is the
We're
most.
already using bones.
No, this is one of the skins.
That's all you.
That's all the bird, actually.
That's the
Well,
paladin.
it's a very small amount of iron oxide, so you were able to just make a small little pouch, a thimble-sized pouch up to eyelets.
Can we use like a thumb and like?
Oh, just deglove it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I guess I'll use it on
It's a
myself.
necklace.
Use it yourself. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use it on myself.
Okay. So he has disadvantage on attacks against you, I believe.
Yeah, disadvantage on attack rolls. Also can't be charmed for it.
Oh, well. Guess he won't charm you.
Kill the bird.
All right. It's your turn. Merrick. Water rises up in a sort of like somewhat humanoid-like shape. It seems to be angered that you cut it, or was it?
Smashed it.
Smashed it.
It's a bone.
Merrick says, sorry, water, and tries to stab him. Eric misses.
What'd you roll?
A 10.
Yeah, that misses. Sponge.
25 on a guiding bolt.
Nice. Good choice.
Damage.
Okay.
10 radiant, and the next attack is
Nice. Water elemental. Going to attack the what? You damaged it. Actually, you damaged it twice.
Yeah, nobody else damaged it.
I just hold up my poor little bone thing that's at my arm, like, please give me +2 AC.
Merrick actually apologized to it.
19.
He just protected himself.
Seems a jerk.
10 bludgeoning.
Horrible paladin.
And I'll let the rib cage give you a +1 to your AC.
But you have 13.
Because I noticed something.
Ka-ching.
So I'm gonna whack it with my bone club.
All right, your holy bone club.
Holy bone club. 8.
That misses.
Because I was messing around.
Eric.
Just gonna try stab it again.
All right.
You have advantage or does she use advantage?
You. Oh, actually, you had advantage. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Me too. Ooh, so that's 19.
That hits.
Swipe that motherfucker.
Yeah.
D4 and then 2d6.
2d8.
Or 2d8. And don't forget to mark off a spell.
Yeah, no I am.
It's on both spells.
Yeah, no I am. 9 damage.
Plus your modifier.
9 plus strength.
Oh, plus strength. And, yeah, 9. I have no strength. I'm a dex paladin. And now I have no spells. Yay.
Sponge. Or no, Merrick, sorry.
Was 22 for
Yep.
14 damage.
Nice. Sponge.
Let's Sacred Flame.
Alright, dexterity saving throw. It rolled a natural 20 on its dexterity saving throw. He is going to attack, let's see, you hit him. He's going to attack you. With disadvantage, it's a 12.
10 plus
1 plus dex, 14.
14, it misses. Alright. That was only doing 1 attack. Yeah. Ka-ching! It's your turn. Whackity whack.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try again. I don't have the smite anymore.
No. Yeah.
Wait, I still have advantage, right?
No.
No.
No?
Just the one.
Ah.
Merrick.
also missed.
Also missed. Sponge.
15.
That hits. Are you gonna
4.
Oh, you're not gonna finish it.
He thought about it though.
He's gonna attack you since you actually hit. He casts disparaging looks on the rest of you. And then regrets doing so because he rolled a 9. Or does that hit you?
No.
Oh no, because you have a 10 because you constructed bone armor.
Well, apparently I actually had Dex. It's just one.
Ka-ching!
It's one, but
I
it
was
matters.
like thinking that the... Okay. I'm gonna try again!
It's the most sad combat ever, isn't it?
15!
That hits!
Yay!
That's how much hit points he had left. And Ka-ching goes.
Alright, let's get down there and get some stuff.
I send the mage hand to fetch what it can.
All right. And you are able to find
Do we find our stuff? Or is it just random?
It's random.
28 gold, 3 rusty metal rods, 2-inch in diameter and 3 feet long, will work as somewhat heavy quarterstaffs. a shield, and a potion of moderate healing, which is the 44 plus 4.
Quarterstaff is technically two-handed, so I can't use it with the shield.
It's versatile. So you can use it one-handed for, what is it, a D8 or a D6, and then versatile as a D8. Yeah, quarterstaffs are usually like 6 feet long, I think, 5 to 6 feet long. But this one's really heavy, so we'll count it as a good quarterstaff.
There's 2 of them?
There are 3 of them,
There's 3 of them.
conveniently. And a potion of moderate healing. Who's gonna chug it? Or are we gonna have to fight over it?
We're keeping it on the party right now.
Okay, moving on.
Merrick does not take a quarterstaff. It's not a rogue.
Oh, it's not a finessable weapon.
We can break it off into a shank.
I already have a shank.
How many shanks? Throw some shanks.
I only want one.
You want to throw some shanks?
I mean, I guess I could.
So this well-trodden stairway ascends up and out of the room. Each flight rises 20 feet to the next landing.
We're looking for traps. Carefully as we go up.
Oh, well, roll a perception check.
Guidance.
14, 16.
As you are walking up the stairs, you see at the next landing a dagger. Like an actual legitimate dagger. It's really, really nice. It's polished and shiny. It's also floating a foot above the ground. Shit.
That's a little suspicious.
Oh god, as long as there's not a bunch of them and it's not the spell I'm thinking of. Just one? Cool.
Just one dagger.
Yeah. I am guard.
What you gonna do?
Ah!
With your quarterstaff?
Yep.
Alright, I think you probably already know what this is.
Yep.
Did Strahd have a lot of them? Oh no, it's a cube!
Yep.
Oh no!
Yep.
Roll
Oh,
for
no.
initiative.
Yep.
Ka-ching! 12. Merrick.
15.
Sponge.
18.
Nice.
That's a dexterous cube.
Yep, rolled a 13.
Going fast.
It rolled a 17.
Oh shit.
It has a 3 dex.
Well, geez, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back up and sacred flame from 60 feet away.
Okay, I shouldn't have told you that. Alright. It rolled a 7.
For 7 radiant. Clicking S's and getting rid of them for once.
There we go.
That's a lot of blood for a cube.
I was modifying his hit points. Not because I think it would be a challenge, but it more that it would just take an incredibly long time for us to get through this fight if he had 105 hit points.
Oh, Lord, shaker.
Damn.
So I halved it. Yeah. I have no doubt that you guys can avoid a gelatinous cube for the most part. It's more that if he had 105 hit points, we'd be here all night just poking the gelatinous cube.
18 plus.
Yep. He has an AC of 6.
And then, is somebody next to it?
You backed away. Ka-ching might be next to you. Sure. You're side by side at the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you sneak attacking with a firebolt?
Firebolt?
A dagger.
Oh, okay.
No, this is dagger. 8, 9, 10, plus 4, 14 again.
Okay.
And then he bonus action disengages back 20 feet.
Sweet. So it's just ka-ching next to the gelatinous cube when the gelatinous cube gets to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is good for being a paladin.
He's in like the angry type of paladin.
Pseudopod ripples out from the cube and tries to hit the Kenku. 12. Misses. Touching.
Gonna hit him with the staff.
All right.
I assume it hits.
Yeah, that hits.
I don't have any smites left. So.
Actually, if you aren't carrying anything else, you can two-hand it and use a D8 instead.
Ooh!
It might be better. I don't know. You could still get a 7 or 8. Let's go with the 6 for now. Next time. Next time you put both hands on it.
Go ahead and roll a D8, and if it's below 6, I won't worry about it. Yeah, you did 6.
That's why I stick with it, 'cause like good.
Do you have a modifier or no?
No.
Dex it in.
Yeah.
Sponge. Same thing?
Yep.
Let's see. It rolled a 10.
For 6 radiance.
Nice. There.
Hit for 11, 15.
Wow. And then disengage away?
Yes.
Okay. Gelatinous Cube will pseudopod Kachi. 16! For 9 acid. You make a sound that sounds something like...
Yes.
I should upload a whole bunch of different sounds for you so you can control them from here.
That'd be fun. You said 6, right?
Yes. Or 9. 9 acid.
Oh.
And it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'll actually do 2 hands this time. Alright. And that's 17.
Nice.
1.
You hit him for half of his remaining hit points. Sponge.
Sacred Flame.
Kill it,
All right,
kill
let's
it,
see.
kill it.
If he rolls a natural 20, it would be a 16. So he'd have to roll what? At least an 18. All right, here we go. Gelatinous Cube, I believe in you. It's a 7 and a 16. 12.
4 radiance.
He's dead. He melts and he turns basically into water and it rushes down the stairs.
Except for the dagger.
Except for the dagger.
Except the dagger, which falls on the ground.
Merrick excitedly grabs.
It's a +1 dagger.
Yes. Hey, it's better than +0.
You had a regular dagger, didn't you? Or was that bone?
It was bones.
Can I have your bone dagger?
Sure.
Oh, because it's dex, you would get a modifier.
Huh?
It's dex, you'd get a modifier. With the dagger.
Yeah, you can use your dexterity on that.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it.
Yeah.
So you take the bone dagger, and +1, and you have the cornerstone. As you turn the corner, you start to see light.
But we're still looking for traps.
Okay. You don't find any traps on this side of the stairwell.
Yeah, I bolted up.
What?
I bolted for the light.
You bolt for the light. This chamber, this very, very large chamber.
Of murder? What the shit, man?
It's 45 by 45 feet. In the center is a 30-foot diameter, 15-foot deep pit in its center, with several dozen sharp oak spikes in the bottom. Amongst them, cadavers and skeletons impaled and half-eaten.
Are any of them wearing anything?
They are not. The cavern itself is about 100, or the room itself, the chamber, is about 100 feet high. And above the 100-foot ceiling, you can see a 20-foot diameter shaft set in the center of the shaft, and it rises up an additional 100 feet towards daylight. And you can see a rope hanging down, dangles down, a hemp rope dangles down from the hole in the ceiling. Stops 2 feet above the level of the 3-foot high pit retaining wall, which you can see there. There's a 3-foot high retaining wall around the pit. The pit is 15 feet deep. It is 30 feet in diameter, and the rope 3 feet above that pit is in the center of the pit. You can also see that there are 6-inch diameter holes along the walls on all 4 sides, 10 feet apart, and run up the entire length of the ceiling. Or entire height of the wall, sorry.
Me and Chan's gonna reach out and tug on the rope,
It wiggles.
but it's like it doesn't come down with like a forceful tug.
Well, bring
No.
it towards us so we can yank on it.
It will after it sees if it's worth it.
So it's already 3 feet high above the 3 foot high retaining wall, which makes it 6 feet above the floor. And when you drag it across, it drags up because of the angle, and it's about maybe 15 feet up.
Cool. We did that thing earlier to get to that grate. We'll probably do that again.
What happens if you put Mage's hand in front of one of those holes on the walls? Like pass it by, like a motion detector.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
Somebody who's not athletic can use the rope, and the other two can climb with the handhelds.
There's 2 different people that aren't athletic.
You'll have to jump if the rope is in its resting center. You'll have to jump 15 feet from a standing in order to reach it.
What if? How tall is the furball?
Like 7 something.
Something. And then how tall is Bird?
Bird is short.
Like 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm saying.
Also, bird does not fly.
Yeah, but if we do the whole thing we did for the grates, and we're like, I get down, somebody gets in my bag.
Oh shit! I forgot I can fly. Azamar, third level ability.
Oh, yeah,
My
you're
bad.
Rachel first.
Yeah. I won't mention that right this moment.
That's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna go check out the handholds just to make sure, grippable,
So you take a look. They're 10 feet high, so you'll have to jump and look. They're 6-inch diameter. They look to be about 6 inches deep, and they're 10 feet apart, starting 10 feet off the chamber floor.
So it's really supposed to be like you can't climb things that 10 feet apart.
Is there any like? It looks like it's brick stuff. Are there any other like?
It's very smooth. Seems like it would be very difficult to get any hold at all on the walls.
And they're too far apart to land themselves. Salmon ladder, though. Oh God, we have 3 poles, huh?
They're 3 inches in diameter. They're 3 feet long.
Could our
2
quarterstaff-
inches in diameter.
Can our quarterstaffs fit inside of them?
They would. It would be at kind of a wonky angle, given that they're only 6 inches long and 6-inch diameter. So.
Somebody takes all 3 of them. You put one. You climb up, stand on that one, the next one, and somebody,
We could try that. Would they be able to hold us?
That'd be the interesting part.
It goes pretty far in, I guess.
Well, birds have hollow bones.
I guess.
I mean, I could get to the rope. It's only a 15-foot jump. I have 16 strength. I could probably most likely make it.
That's with a 10-foot running start.
And this is what, standstill?
Yeah, you'd be standing on the ledge. You have to jump up 3 feet and out 15.
But we just came from.
You could do that with an athletics check. It would be a little difficult, but.
Oh, didn't we just come from a little space? So
came
from
upstairs.
the doorway is what I'm saying. From the top stair, it's not 10 feet, and
So
then
it's-
step, jump.
It's 10 feet. You could move 10 feet, but then you have a 3-foot high wall you have to jump over.
Well, no. What if you how thick is it? What if you use that as your launching point? Like run, step on that to jump.
Sure. You'd have to do an athletics check to maneuver that, but sure.
What if he used the
I mean, the worst case is that you fall onto the spikes.
Yeah, nothing too bad.
What about the staff thing? You can use it like a
Oh,
jump
pole vault.
Yeah.
Like quarter
So the staff is as high as the wall.
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought it was 6 feet.
Yeah, it's 3 feet each. Yeah, that'd be very awkward.
Can I mend them together?
You tried. They don't appear to have come from the same staff. They look like they were forged as 3-foot lengths. Good try though.
like the idea of using
Have
the stabs.
inspiration for that idea that didn't work.
Here's
I
another
like the idea of
thought.
the stabs in the wall. What if we cut part
Well,
of
hold
the
up. Here's another thought. You said our quarterstaffs are about 3 feet-ish.
Yeah, they're 3 feet
Okay.
long and 2 inches in diameter.
That's the problem. So I was gonna say, what if we just lined them all up, like along the 3-point wall, and have you two sit on them while I go on, walk them like a plank, and then jump? But
Why you gotta be the safe one?
That wouldn't be 10 feet.
I know. But it would give me closer, so more of a,
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try the running and then sort of the hop and launch yourself, it's a little awkward to try to do, but you are 7 feet tall, so it's not.
Would he
too
be able
hard.
to make like a ramp? Like, you know how some people can run fast up a tiny thing and just try that?
You could use one of yourselves as a stool.
Well, no, the stick thing. You said it was.
it's fine. I'm just gonna do the.
I mean,
running.
if the two of you want to help him with his athletics check,
Yeah, one of us could
you
get
could,
down there.
you know,
and
you could do like
yeah.
the cup your hands and then do the whole throw thing. Sure.
I can try that if you want.
A little scary having an Azamar try to flip a furble,
Probably
giant
the
king.
other way around.
or
But
maybe the bird. Who knows?
could that be an acrobatics check if it went?
Sure. If you want to try that.
Do you want your?
I have a 4 in athletics.
I have in acrobatics
5, 6.
of 6.
All right, sure. And my help will be also, as soon as I touch your foot to launch you, guidance.
There you go. There you go. You ready your guidance and then. Whoosh.
So would that be advantage?
Yes.
And then you work.
Jesus. 12 plus 6. Only 18.
That's enough. Make a dexterity saving throw. Just to you launch and you're able to make it to the rope. This is just catching it, and I think you're probably
25.
fine. Yeah, you're fine. You catch onto the rope and you swing. It kind of swings back and forth. Eventually, it settles.
Would I have been able to reach one of the holes?
If you secure yourself on the rope and you just start swinging, you could conceivably get yourself to one of the holes. Although
They're 10 feet.
I mean they're 10 feet each, and you'd probably be able to reach the first or second, probably the second hole.
I was just asking because if I can get it over to one of the holes, then you guys would both have an easier time getting onto it if I were to like.
What if we cut some of the rope? Okay, I like the idea with the using the poles on those. We could cut part of the rope and use that to climb from one like step stool to another. If he can reach the pole into it. I don't know if that sounds stupid. That's my idea. I don't know.
It's a weird question. Is there, if like just sitting, like the edge of a pool or something on the 3-foot little wall looking out the spikes, is there any safe area down there?
Not really. I mean, it's a 15-foot drop, so that's kind of rough, and there are a lot of spikes. I mean, there's like 24 spikes. They look about 3 inches in diameter and 4 feet long each.
How long does your thunderclap reach? You want to break some of those?
It's only 5 feet.
Yep, cadavers and skeletons lie impaled and have eaten. I mean, you could try to drop down, and it might be a little rough. Might hurt.
Can I try to pull one up with a mage hand while I'm still close enough?
The skeletons, I mean, you could pull a bone out, but the cadavers are too heavy and they're impaled on the spikes.
One of the spikes.
Like I'm saying, I could probably make the jump. I'm trying to figure out how did we get all of us on that rope.
Can you flap your little wings and try to glide?
What's your athletics or acrobats? Which one's your highest?
Acrobatics.
And what is it?
Plus 6.
6? So yeah, why don't I just do what let you climb up more,
Okay.
Okay.
and then I'll toss you and give you guidance and then I'll do the whole salmon ladder with the down
Spikes.
quarterstaffs.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so roll an acrobatics with advantage, and I assume a guidance as well. 1, and 18. That is enough. You're able to make it to the rope. You grab onto the rope. Roll a dexterity saving throw. Roll a dexterity saving throw as you're jerked around with the Kenku getting onto the rope.
21.
17.
You're both good.
We climb.
It's now a complex physics simulation with a
God.
rope with 2 weights on it, and yeah, I mean Merrick is climbing up, and Kaching is on there, but it's like it starts jerking around in these really complex and erratic patterns. It's very, very slow work.
Eric's like, you couldn't
Slowly.
fucking read it.
Roll intelligence checks,
Me?
both of you.
You're with all
Oh, actually, I guess. 18.
You think
I got a 9.
you have the lowest intelligence in the
I do.
group. You think that you kind of study this complex system, and you think that maybe if you got closer together, it wouldn't be nearly as erratic.
So I like scooped
kinda
up
common
nice
sense.
and close.
Well, Merrick's still climbing up.
Yeah, you gotta tell me to
How
wait.
are you going to tell Merrick to slow down?
I'm sure you've heard somebody yell wait before.
or stop.
Stop.
Like your mother.
Okay.
I know, I was about to go real dark.
Yeah, you were. So, the 2 of the party are making their way up the rope. What would the Furbolg like to do?
Oh god, actually, could you cut off some of the rope and hand it to me?
Yeah, do you want to try that strategy?
Well, no, yeah, because I know how I'm going to get up with the little ride. I just need rope because to make it physically possible to work.
Okay, you're about maybe 25, 30 feet in the air right now. So there's about 30 feet of rope below you.
Yeah, so, like,
It's going to be a little tricky to hold onto the rope and then cut it below you,
I mean, not lock your knees.
but you're cutting above your knees.
You don't have to.
18.
I mean, you're holding on, you lock your knees, and then where are you cutting?
Can I mage hand it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, sure.
that's what I said.
Yes. This is the perfect class to pick.
It really was. Roll a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand would be 14.
So you cut the rope, but the mage hand fumbles and it drops your +1 dagger, along with the rope,
Why did you use the bone dagger?
into the bottom of the pit.
Use my hand to pick it up.
Yeah.
I think I'm too far up.
I think you're too far up.
Yeah, because if there's 30 feet of rope, then there's at least 15.
Yeah, it's 30 feet of rope +3 +15. Actually, +6 +15. So you're about 45 feet from the bottom of the pit, and you're at the bottom of the rope.
Just tie it back.
No, it fell.
I don't need it. We'll just keep going.
Wait,
Get my dagger, you jerk.
How's he gonna get it?
Yeah, how am I supposed to get out of the 15-foot well if I jump down?
Yeah. You gotta jump down
Yeah, that's your answer. Yeah.
there. You got 30 feet of rope.
And no way to get on something at the top to climb it.
I'm sure he can figure out some kind of.
I mean, I could. Okay, if you grab me the rope, if we're gonna think this through, give me the rope. I tie it to a quarterstaff, and I can hopefully maybe lay it along the stairs, like go through the door like this, turn it, and then
You're
see
gonna
if
pole
it.
vault it?
No,
like,
it's only 3 feet long.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
door would be wider than that, probably.
So that would be the only way, so it can't work. So your daggers, SOL.
Fuck you.
Oh, I thought the rope fell down the pit too.
It did.
It did, but
Oh, the rope did too?
Yeah, the rope and the dagger are in the middle of the pit now.
I'm more concerned about the rope because you need that to get up.
I thought it could have been holding the rope with his pinky.
You were cutting the rope below you with the mage hand. Mage hand can only hold one thing at a time.
What kind of pinky finger? The bird's got legs.
Did I try and catch it with my back legs?
Yes. Your finger feet.
It already happened.
Why would we cut it without somebody holding it?
Because
Mage hand.
Mage hand.
You cut it with your mage hand, just below the Kenku's feet.
I figured we knew somebody would have to be holding it.
I don't think we
I
thought that.
figured the Kenku would have been holding onto it.
Okay, make a dex save.
Okay.
Like,
16.
All right.
Yay!
It still dropped the dagger.
That's fine.
So the dagger drops, and all of you are like, "Oh no, the dagger and the rope fell into the hole." And then about like maybe 2 minutes later, you realize that the Kenku's actually holding the rope by a single talon.
My mage hand is going to take the rope and drop it to him.
Move it way over to the side of the wall, and then drop it down the wall.
Yeah.
It hits you. Does bludgeoning that? No.
So now I get to go over to these 10 feet damn things, put a quarter staff, and this is going to be so tedious.
Yep.
So I put one in, tie the rope to that one, try to somehow stay close to the wall so I can, and see how it is, pull myself up onto it using the wall kind of to keep my balance. Then I'm going to put the second quarter staff into the next one and holding on, like probably tie that rope to like over my shoulder.
So like daisy chain the quarter staves on the rope so you can haul them up one at a time. Yeah, that sounds incredibly tedious.
Yep. It's gonna be a lot of checks.
Meanwhile, we have a nice, pleasant climb.
Just do one like overall D20 for each hole. And that way there's only like 20 of them instead of 40.
However the DM calls, I gotta do this. It's the only way I'm getting no.
True fact, because we cut the rope.
So how much time do we have?
I mean, we have 45 minutes, so let's get started on the... So are the two of you gonna keep climbing up?
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna keep climbing up?
Watch there be an elevator at the top.
That would be awesome.
It turns out there was a button at the bottom. We just didn't pay attention to
So
it.
let's do a athletics check to climb up to the next quarterstaff.
That was lucky.
19, 20, 21.
Okay, so you make it up one rung,
Yep.
and then in athletics do the next one.
Guide myself. 18.
Good. Next one.
Yeah, it's over 20.
Good. Next one.
Can't last forever.
Yeah, it can. 13 plus 16.
Good. Next one.
16.
You're good. Little shaky.
24, 26.
You're good. You're now at the same level as the party token. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70 feet in the air.
16.
That's good. Are you keeping the same pace as the Furbolg, or are you going to keep going up past him?
We're gonna go up.
You can go maybe a little bit faster than the Furbolg, given that you're trying to climb a rope.
Could you help him with Mage Hand any?
Not really.
I was thinking of maybe trying to, like, once we get higher up, to get the rope over to him so that he can join our swing party.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you are going to try to coordinate your complex system to start swinging the rope over toward the Furbolg?
Not that. Take the mage hand to take it to him.
Yeah.
The lower part that you.
The bottom of the rope. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, so yeah, maybe you're about 80 feet in the air, and you're able. The mage hand now finally catches up to you.
Is it at 80 feet? Isn't it only 100 feet? So can't I just go to the next 20?
I mean, if you
could.
want to keep trying.
Yeah.
How would you get into the chimney?
Why would I start this and then puss out? No. I've started this task. I'm going to finish it.
How are you going to get to the chimney part?
What? Then I'll grab the rope.
Okay, make an athletics.
It's 29.
You're good. Make one last athletics.
And here's the fail.
Just ready for it.
I know, right? 25.
Okay.
Mage hand drops the rope away from you. You had your chance. It's too late now.
Does the 15 hit you?
Yeah, just barely. Oh, shit. Now all the spears start flying out the damn holes.
That's what I expected.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take 6 piercing damage as you reach up to the topmost hole to put the quarterstaff in, and an arrow flies out
Oh, that's so
and
mean.
pierces your hand.
Oh, you have a new piercing. It's like the worst kind.
And
I
now,
don't know, it's kind of handy.
and now make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Rest in pieces.
Yep.
You did.
He's dead.
What's the total?
1, 2.
2. You teeter. Roll another dexterity saving throw.
19.
You fall, and manage to catch the rope, the loop of the rope as the mage hand. And now the two of you make dexterity saving throws.
Ah, that hurt. The rope burn plus arrow holder.
10, just enough.
It's 20 something.
Yeah, good. As you even more complex system with 3 weights on a rope, and one of them just fell probably 40 feet and coming to a hard stop. It should have been higher than a 20. I mean, higher than a 10, DC 10.
You probably broke your hand.
No, the arrow went through it, and then I just rope burned it. So
you cauterized the wound.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Half of the wound.
The other half's gonna go across your face when we
You
get up
slid
there.
about 20 feet, and we were like, oh, okay, and then you put your hand on the other side of the rope and cauterized that side. Ugh, friction burn. Ow. Okay, so the Furbolg is at the bottom of the rope, basically.
I climb up to meet them.
Yeah, we wait for
Are you
him.
gonna wait? Okay.
Now that we figured that out. Why you like this?
And also, you don't have the rods anymore. They clattered at the bottom of the pillar.
I still have my bone club. I'm a Q-bone.
Where is it kept? Like in your butt cheeks or something?
Don't worry about it. There's an Adam and Eve situation going on with weapons over here.
So what you gonna do now?
Keep climbing.
You gonna keep climbing up?
Yeah.
All right. When you pass the sight line of the last set of holes,
You're first.
you're first, Merrick.
Oh god, it's gonna start closing.
No, it's gonna be like the arrow.
It's gonna be a trash compactor situation.
9 misses you.
Yes.
A 19.
Hits.
That hits. 2 arrows, one from either set of holes, fly out, and they hit you for 8
Damn.
piercing damage. And you can hear a. No, actually, there's 4 of them. 2 more.
He's like, oh shit.
That one hits. And the last one, 17, also hits.
Wait, a shield.
What do you need to cast shield?
I have no idea. Let's see.
I would assume it would just be like verbal.
I think it's just verbal.
Yeah, I would assume so. The way it's a reaction.
I mean, counterspell is just verbal. It might require somatic, which might be complicated in this particular situation.
It's somatic, so.
Just somatic.
Shield
Okay.
And, verbal.
Okay, so the good news is the attacks miss. The bad news is you just let go of the rope in one hand.
You can grab it really quick again.
Roll an athletics check.
Why athletics?
Clearly it's acrobatics.
Because you're holding on with one hand.
Well, there's also feet and knees involved.
Clearly it's
All right.
acrobatics.
It'll be easy.
No, it won't, because it's only 10.
Yeah, you're fine.
Like, those holes are big.
And you can hear the arrow traps resetting.
I keep going really fast.
You climb up the rest of the way, and you seem to get out of the way of the arrow traps. It would really suck if they hit the rope, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
For at least 2 of the party. You are now in a entry shaft. It's a huge 20-foot diameter shaft rising 100 feet up into daylight. You can see the top of the rope is a metal spar. Here, I'll raise the lighting slightly. You can see at the top there a looks like a gantry, and it is kind of creaking a bit. All of this this violent movement, probably the Furbolg falling 40 feet, put a lot of stress on it.
You want to get out before we continue with shaking and cutting because of the stupid arrows killing us all.
Yeah, you guys be still and I'll finish going up. And then wiggle as you go past the one thing.
Wiggle?
So you're gonna go all the way up to the top?
I guess. Are you guys following me or?
I thought we were waiting for you to
Yeah,
get
because
up.
don't we want to go as a group? Because if not, you're going to create all the woo, remember?
That'll be fine.
With a weighted bottom, a weight traveling up, a doubly weighted bottom, the weight going up wouldn't be as affected by the
Yeah, it's more
the pendulum effect.
Yeah.
Basically, the bottom weight would actually cancel out most of the movements. from the weight traveling up the rope.
I don't think I noticed. Can we go before they fully reset?
They've
no.
already reset.
They reset.
Why don't you test that out?
We could hear it.
You could hear a little.
I'm just
And
talking to a Kanko.
I can imitate the sound for you and point at them.
I'm poking you in the butt. Go, go, go.
Eric's going.
Wait.
Oh, you've heard that word before, huh?
Oh, are we gonna start quoting?
I mean, Mary probably told me to wait.
Singing in the rain. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you're all too young for that movie, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's really, really depressing. You're only like, what, 7 years younger than me?
How old are you?
30.
No!
I wish I were there.
Right?
What? Singing in the Rain. Classic movie.
No,
I've seen it
I
since
don't
I was
like most
super
movies.
young.
I've seen clips of it.
Probably on Netflix.
No, I saw it way before Netflix. Pretty sure my mom
Well,
had
for
like
all of the
a VHS of it.
the well-versed in classic classic movie history would recognize that reference.
What are we doing?
So you're climbing up.
Merrick's climbing up.
You climb up.
Merrick told me to wait, and therefore I'm parroting wait.
Roll in athletics.
Okay.
You.
17.
Okay. You climb up the rest of the way.
And once I'm up there, I cut the rope. No.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Oh,
No.
I need to.
He's not evil.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't really matter because you're near the end,
I
so
did have bone.
you're gonna see lots of spoilers at the top.
No.
The motion of blank was greater.
Oh well, as I said, this is a one-sheet adventure, so the map is on the same sheet as all of the descriptions.
Look, there's trees.
So you make it up to the top. Outside, a circular retaining wall 3 feet high surrounds the 20-foot diameter opening. Massive wooden gantry overhangs the shaft opening with a rope tied around it, hanging down the center of the shaft. The area is surrounded by woods. You climb up onto the gantry and then across and down. Naked Azamar, who has wings that he didn't want to tell anyone about.
Yeah.
You didn't want to use.
Kind of embarrassed about it.
You could have just used.
He.
Are you a protector or a scourge?
Protection?
Protection. Okay.
You know, you did some great protection.
He wasn't sure if there would be scary parts after this, so he saved them.
Shitty ass more with the shitty
You
gun.
could also heal yourself
I can, but I didn't take that much damage.
for hit points of healing.
Yeah.
Where would you like to look? Scroll up.
Oh no, trust me, we saw that, so I just cut it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you want.
He's gonna.
Make a 30-foot check around the woods. Yeah, you're able to find in the bole of a large oak lies all of your adventuring gear that you had. So, Sponge and Kaching, you're at the bottom of at this rope here, hanging 5 feet below 4 arrow traps, and you see the buttocks, the naked buttocks of Merrick disappear over the gantry, and then what, like 15 minutes later, a fully clothed Merrick pops his head over the end and what do you say?
Hey guys, I found your stuff.
Yeah. Can you give me my holy symbol then?
I have a Dungeoneer's pack. Yeah, do you want me just to throw that down to you? And make
I mean,
sure
you can fly down here.
You can only fly for a little
Why don't you
while.
just tie it to an end of your rope? You got like all of our rope together.
Yeah, I guess I
You
can.
got 150 feet of rope up there.
Yeah, I guess I can.
Just my
hand
holy
him-
symbol is all I need right now to get me the hell out of here.
Why do you need your holy symbol?
I can cast sanctuary on myself and just start climbing.
What about the poor paladin?
What about the poor paladin?
You want to save me?
Can you like tie the rope to the paladin and then I can pull him up? He's just like a chicken.
Yeah, I'm light.
Sanctuary would not help you. It's not a creature.
Oh, it's a creature attack.
It's a wisdom saving throw, of which the non-creature, would not have to make.
I guess I will. Use rope and try to help.
I don't know how that would help with the arrows, but I guess Just having the backup rope in case one of them breaks would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tie the rope around one of the trees. That way, if that other rope breaks because it's creaking, y'all got a backup plan.
Okay, so you'll tie the rope around the base of the tree over here,
Yeah.
and run it down the length, all 150 feet of it. That's 3 foot, 50 foot lengths.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is now a rope along the wall on one side of the 20-foot diameter hole that the two of you are in the middle of.
And I can use mage hand to get it over to them.
Okay. So now you have a second rope.
Yay! Okay, I guess I'm gonna grabbing onto both ropes, right?
I should have tried tying knots into it so that you would have like
Like
little
footholds?
Sure, that's fine.
We've been doing fine.
You pull it up and start doing that.
Yeah. And then by the time I'm done, they're off already.
Yeah.
Are the two of you passing by the arrow traps?
Yeah, grabbing both of the ropes, I'm gonna try and
Well, I mean, what if y'all do it from the one on the side, then you shouldn't get attacked by the arrow trap. As long as it doesn't go in
it's not
front
the
of them.
center?
Yeah, if it's against the side.
Okay. So we switch over to your rope.
I mean, here's an idea, and you're gonna have to trust me on this one.
Sounds terrible already.
Yeah, it really does.
I can carry a shit ton of weight because of my racial thing, right?
I'm not very heavy.
That's what I'm saying. I can also use Bull's endurance from enhanced ability to even increase my carrying capacity even more. So you just have to take all the arrows while I climb.
No!
And then I just touch you when we're, as more of me just touch you when we're at the top.
No, I
So
already healed
there's
myself.
4 arrow slits.
Yeah, you just start spinning, you know.
I can't be all around you. I'm not a code.
So
I
you
don't know
have
how
your
you
arms
communicate
around blocking the
this.
front. You have your elbows blocking the side.
How is the Kenku communicating its frustration to the Furbolg?
It's
Rabbit
probably
squirrels!
screaming. Like angry cat sex noise.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I don't know how that sounds. How does that sound?
You have to look it up.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not good on that.
I'm not gonna imitate that.
You're a Kenku.
Yeah.
My character's a Kenku. This means I can perfectly imitate things.
Makes angry cat sex noise.
Yes, it is.
I guess we'll have to use our imagination. It is D&D after all.
I can make screechy sounds.
So you put down with some nuts in the rope.
Alright, so I throw you down the rope with the knots in it, and you can grab onto it and just leave the furball behind.
Yeah, I like that idea. So it's at the side now, so it wouldn't be right in the middle. Would that mean that at least 2 of the things wouldn't get activated anymore?
Because they can only
I don't
shoot
know.
out straight, I imagine.
They did.
So,
They seemed to get triggered when you were at the level of the arrow slits, of the holes at the top.
like right in front of them.
So as soon as the
So
rope
as long
came
as it's
down.
not right in front of
Wait,
them.
what if I'm on one rope and you're on the other, we go at the same time?
Cool, so Viral gets on the one with the knots and starts climbing up.
Okay, you climb up, you get past the arrow slits, and nothing happens. Cool.
Yay!
You do the same? Kind of swing over and grab it and transition over? Alright, with the knots, I'll give you advantage on your athletics checks.
You got it. You got,
You got it. You got it. So close.
That was
Good
really
job.
interesting.
14.
14. You slip a couple times. It's taking a little while.
Yeah,
17.
17. You're good. Alright, takes you some time. While they are climbing up the remaining 100 feet, Merrick, roll a perception check.
got this blue dice. 13. It didn't have it.
You can hear rushing water nearby.
Good way or bad way?
Is it like getting louder? Like it's coming towards me? Can I try to climb a tree?
Sure.
I'm gonna try to climb a tree. Hold on.
Okay. You climb the tree that the rope is tied to, because of course that would be hilarious. And once you're up in the branches, you can see the water glinting off of It looks like a stream has burst its banks, and there's water rushing toward the hole.
Yeah.
He yells, y'all need to hurry up.
All right, athletics checks.
Wait, I have advantage.
Yes, because they're not in a rope.
25.
You're good.
That's much
Yay.
better.
20, you're good. You both make it out. Are you going to help them get over the edge? Because climbing up a rope that's taut against a stone wall is actually pretty difficult.
Does the water look like it's gonna like try?
It's starting to pool at the bottom of the well, and it's rising quickly.
Okay, so it's not water that can knock me into the well.
Not from that side. It's coming from like over here.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I'll try to help them out.
Okay, with your help, you're able to get them up.
Do we all climb a
And
tree?
just as you make it over, the water bursts over the edge of the well and starts pouring down into it. There's a lot of it.
And now we use the shove action on the rope.
I just saved
So
you.
that's a athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
I can guide myself.
No.
You're gonna guide the both of you?
No, just myself.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, see, the Kinko's gonna help me.
Okay, you have advantage.
Why is there always so much animosity?
Acrobatics will be 23.
24.
Bullshit.
All right, you fall 200 feet into a pool of water and you're fine.
Yes!
Told you.
And the water stops rising and you're not at the top of the well.
But is the rope there?
No, you cut it off. It's 30 feet higher than it used to be.
No, there's 150 feet of rope hanging down. Remember?
That doesn't go all the way down.
It does.
It's 200 feet. It stops 50 feet. Actually, it stops probably 80 feet above.
Nah.
Well, actually, it's much less than that because you tied all those knots in it. It's probably only about 75 feet long.
I can toss you down a Red Bull.
You're so mean.
What?
Why would you push me? I helped you. Now you have to
Get
come
back
back
up.
down. No, I can't get back up.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
I literally can give you a Red Bull.
No,
Yep.
I don't want to fly. What if we have to fight?
And I think that's where we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
We will slowly fade out as the Furbolg and the Azamar are arguing.
No, you see the
And
Furbolg
it slowly goes to black and it fades out and it's dark.
Oh, shit.
And then we cut back and the Azamar is flying out of the hole and the Furbolg and the Kenku are like, seriously?
Yeah.
This whole time?
We clip your wings and put a rock on the well.
There.
And then it cuts to black. That was sort of the cold finish and the credits roll. And what'd you think of Escape? The Oubliette.
That was cute.
Oubliette. Yeah, I've been waiting to run this for a while. The I'll let you read the first paragraph here.
What?
Oh.
Oh, my word.
Who wrote this? Because I'm going to find him and beat him up.
This one was written by Glyn Seal.
Alright, Glenn. Watch your back.
Yeah, and as I said, I found it a long time ago, and it was it looked like fun.
How are the 28 gold coins objects that could be utilized to aid my escape?
We can throw it at stuff.
What though?
Could have plugged up the whole arrow holes.
I guess.
What level is object?
It's like 5th. Oh, buckler.
Yeah, I should pull up some more of the one-page dungeons for one-shots.
That's cute. Sponge. I like this one.
Yeah, but if you guys want more information, there is the website, monkeyblooddesign.co.uk.
That probably means he's like across the ocean.
Yeah, he is across the pond. You would have to make several swim checks in order to make it across.
One day I'll find you, Glenn.
I think it's Glyn.
That's what I said.
Glyn, yeah. G-L-Y. Glyn. All right. Well done.
We have to be naked.
I guess because we couldn't tie clothes together to add on to the rope. We couldn't.
Yeah, okay.
That's what makes it difficult.
The butts.
Yep. If you're afraid of butts, man, they're everywhere.
They are. There's too many butts.
Like climbing that rope and right next to each other.
The kid could probably use a potty train.
Oh yeah. Usually birds have to like.
I don't
take
think
off
any of
the-
you guys are potty trained. You're medieval fantasy. There's no potties.
There's outhouses.
There's outhouses.
No, there were totally toilets in Rome.
Yeah, there were definitely toilets.
They might not have had
It's
plumbing.
magic. There's probably a spell for it.
A spell for pooping? Making it go away?
Prejudication.
Otto's expedient defecation. It's a real colon cleanser.
Just swallow an orbit of annihilation at that point.
Oh, that's what you have at the bottom of the outhouse.
Yeah.
It's an orb of annihilation. It's just dark.
Perfect.
No smell. It's quite sanitary.
Just don't drop anything down it.
Yeah, don't fall in.
Don't drop your phone.
Yeah,
Don't
drop your phone. It's gone.
Don't drop your staff.
Imagine being one of those people
I
that's,
don't
like,
think
pregnant but
Apple's
don't know it.
Apple Care covers its
Thinking of
spheres of annihilation.
That's where you go.
Yeah.
When there's an orb of annihilation on you, that's the first thing you think about.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Not my fault.
on that note,
It was a TV
It
show.
was somebody giving birth on the. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
somebody
turn your
pooped
mics
out their
off
baby.
slowly. It's a nice little fade out here. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little one shot. And just as a reminder, we stream live every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, or normally 7 to 9 p.m. And I hope you all have a good night. We'll just run the credits here.